Hey, Glormar. So guys, we're going to be starting here in about 30 seconds. Maybe I'll give you guys a few more minutes to hop on. My music is super low. I got my hand slapped yesterday for having some music. So I guess like on your end it might mute out. I don't get any notification while I'm teaching. So I don't know if we're fine during the class. It's just after the fact. But the good news is the Y is switching to Zoom classes next week, the week of the 1st, I think. So we'll be able to play our music, be more interactive. So that'll be cool. So I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to hop on. Today we're focusing on those higher heart rate zones. Getting up that 80, playing around with that 80% of your max heart rate, working on 90% of that max heart rate. I've said the term last week in a little bit about VO2 max. So what does that mean, right? VO2 max is the body's ability to use oxygen. So when you get into these higher heart rate zones, how can you sustain them? Your body needs to be able to work that oxygen, use that oxygen. So we're going to dabble with that a little bit today. If you can't get up into that super high zone that we're going to try to get to, no big deal. So if you're at that 75% and it's a struggle to get to 80%, okay, great. Then you know what you need to work on. Then it's called training. Heart zone training. It's not something, and unless you're a super, super elite athlete, that you've mastered. And even they train in heart rate zones most of the time. Okie doke. So get some music on, guys, behind you. I have it low on my end. I'm going to bump it up a little bit because I can't even hear it myself. Got my 80s playlist today. Whatever's going to keep you motivated. So, whether you're on a bike, a treadmill, an elliptical, add some of that resistance. We're going to work on getting that heart rate up. Warming up. 65 to 70% of our max heart rate. Doesn't matter if you have MyZone, Fitbit, Apple Watch, it's all about the percentage. Any heart rate monitor that gives you the percentage, that's what you need. Come on, I'm having a hard time getting there this morning. Our bodies adjust, so therefore our devices adjust, right? Those of us with the MyZone belt, we're always like, oh, I can't get in the yellow. I can't. Yeah, because it reads that you've become more fit. And like I said, when we first started these during quarantine, we've all been cardio focused. It's the easiest thing, right? We have treadmills at home, bikes at home, walk outside, run outside. There we go. It's all been cardio focused. So our heart rates have adjusted, have gotten used to being in some of those higher zones. So when we do a class like this, we have to push ourselves a little bit harder. Okay, guys, you should be around that 65 to 70%. So today, really, I'll play around with cadence and resistance a lot. And then I'll do a couple of dealer's choice. That will be how you get to the red zone, right? In those races, do you sprint up a hill, sprint on a flat, climb super high, super resistance? It's all about training our heart rate. I'm already sweating. Let's go. Come on up if you're on a bike. Just change it around a little bit. Just don't forget form, guys. Don't sacrifice form, body mechanics for heart rate. What I mean by that is don't have a death grip on the bars. Don't hunch over just in second. If you're on a treadmill or elliptical, don't grasp those sidebars or handles super heavy just to get the heart rate. Use your body. Don't forget about body mechanics. Okay, let's have a seat or come back. Find that fat burning zone, right? Build up to that 75% max heart rate. So in this 75 to 80%, like I've said, this is where we burn the most fat. Once we get up into those higher zones, we switch to burn sugar. With that sugar burn, we build up lactic acid. So we will be bringing those flushes back. Low resistance, high speed. Okay, guys, get up to that 75%. This is going to be, we're going to come down to this fat burn zone. This 75 to 80% is going to be our rest. So we're going to take a few extra minutes to build up to this. Be comfortable. Get our bodies comfortable being here. Because you're not going to see below it. And like I said, some of us, we have to train ourselves just to maintain this fat burning zone, right? This is those endurance rides. Not very exciting, right? But very efficient and good for our bodies. Good to train our minds too. So then after this, after we've been here for a few minutes at our peak fat burn zone, we're going to build up. We're going to do a little pyramid to build up to that higher heart rate zone. And then we're going to do some drills. We're going to play around hitting that 85 to 90% and build up our time there. Like I said, if you can't hit that 85 to 90%, just increase your heart rate wherever you may be. Just remember what happens to your bodies though. Once we kind of cross over that 80% threshold, we start burning that sugar. That's where we're looking for today. That sugar burn, recovering the fat burn. Minute and a half. Then I'm going to increase my speed, not resistance this time, to get close to that 80, to cross over that line. In 20 seconds, pick up your pace. However you do that, it applies to any cardio. In 4, 3, 2, pick it up. Come on. Let's cross over. Your body will adjust. That's the hardest part I find with zone training, is that you want that immediate, right? It takes a few seconds to get your heart rate up. It's a challenge to hold it. So it's when it's hard to do 30-second intervals at a higher heart rate zone because of whether it's a belt, Fitbit, whatever, you're basing it off the data that's in front of you. It takes some time. So you got to hold things a little bit longer. Here we go. I'm crossed over here. Maybe you start sweating a little bit more. Like I said, this time around I picked my pace up. In about 45 seconds, I'm adding that resistance. You may need to slow your pace. Our goal isn't to get to our max just yet. We're getting our bodies used to it. It's different for a lot of us working at these higher heart rate zones. Maintaining them is an effort. Okay, 15 seconds. I'm adding resistance. My pace will probably slow. My heart rate will increase. So right now, I'm back and forth. I'm between that 78, 82. Right now, adding that resistance, I'm staying above the 80. Come on. If you have a MyZone belt, buy to the green zone. We are in the yellow. Here we go. And you got to stay there. You got to hold it. So even in this 80% of our max heart rate, you should be able to carry on a conversation. Say a few words. Yes, no's. This is hard. This is too easy. You should be able to talk. We're not in that VO2 max yet. We're just burning that sugar, switching over. Like I said, starting to sweat. And then you guys keep going. 80 plus. Keep going. I got a little update thing here, sorry. Here we go. I don't need an update. Whew. Here we go. Here we go. Like I said, technology, nothing's perfect. I have to get back to that 80% and hold it for another 3 minutes. And then we're getting into the drills, tapping that 85 to 90% of our max heart rate. What happened? Okie doke. Whew. So the first drill, 45 seconds. Okay? So really, I do 45 seconds because it takes your body about 15 seconds to adjust. So really you're staying in that zone, that higher heart rate zone, for 30 seconds. Here we go, guys. 20 seconds we start. 45 on deck. 85% or higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, come on. Your body, there it should go, start rising up. It should start going. I'm at that 15-second mark. And now I'm holding 85% or higher. My recovery is going to be 90 seconds. Double it, right? 45 seconds of work, 90 seconds of recovery. In 3, in 2, here we go. 45 seconds. Sorry, 90 seconds. Here we go. Bring it down. In this 90 seconds, your heart rate shouldn't get below that 75%. Get back to that fat burn. Slow it down. There we go. Get our breath back, wipe off. Halfway through our recovery right here. Yep, we are at 45 seconds. We're doing that again. We have 3 45-second intervals, a flush. Then we bring it, increase it. Yep, here I go. At that minute, I'm back at that 77%, that peak fat burn, just in time to build it back up. 15 seconds, we go for 45. Our goal, guys, 85% of your max heart rate. If that's not possible for you, try to get 10 percentage points higher. Push yourself. 3, 2, let's go. Build it back up. Like I said, it takes about 15 seconds. Here we go. It climbs. Climb, 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 climb. Here I am. 30 seconds to go. This is when my interval starts. Right here. And now I'm holding it. One more after this. We flush our legs. In 4, 3, 2, recover 90 seconds. 90 seconds recovery. If you're on that bike, stretch those legs. One day I forget a towel. Come on, there it comes. It's coming down. If you're on a treadmill, while your tread is adjusting, you may even try hopping off, putting your feet on those sides, getting the pace you want, and coming back, right? You really want to recover for this. You're halfway through it. One more, then a flush. Then we increase our goal, increase our time in that VO2 max. Ah, 30 more seconds here. Then our last 45-second interval. We flush. We get back to work. So right now, guys, 15 seconds to go. Should be around that 75%. Building back up to that 85 to 90%. In 4, in 3, let's go. Here we go. Watch those heart rates climb. Even if this is some of your first zone training workouts, your heart rate, your body will know what's happening. It's climbing. So you push really, really hard to get to that 85%. And now you got to hold it. Whew. Here we go, 30 seconds. Hold it. And then we're going to go straight into that flush of all that lactic acid that has built up. So your pace gets pretty fast, but with not so much resistance. Get our legs ready for the next burn, the next push. In 3, 2, 1. Here I go, taking off my resistance. 1 minute here, guys. 1 minute. Fast feet. Not a lot of resistance. Because you don't have a big load on there, incline on your tread or on your bike, you should still be able to recover a little bit here. Here we go. If I shut up, my heart rate comes down. Here we go. 25 seconds. Here we go. 15. Oh, my legs are getting ready for that next push. That next burn. This actually, you'll be much better to hold these minute intervals here. In that VO2 max. In these high heart rate zones. There we go. Back to get to that 75%. I actually, in my flush, guys, because I didn't have a lot of resistance, I got down to that 65. I was back in that blue zone. So now I got to build back up to that fat burn. My legs, your legs should feel great. As we hold the next one for a minute, you know you've learned the last set how hard you need to push to get to where you want to be, to that 85 to 90. So, like I said, quick to get there and then hold it. That's when you get, then you just maintain it. Okay, everyone there? Get to that 75% of your max heart rate. Get to our recovery zone. We have 1 minute. In 3, in 2, let's go. 85 to 90% of our max heart rate. I'm going to give myself a little spicy here and add that incline on my bike, as well as the resistance. I know a lot of ellipticals have both. Do it. Make it a twofer. Getting it up there. 20 seconds, and we're at that minute. Check in with that heart rate. Where is it? 85 or higher if you can. If not, remember you need to add 10%, 10 percentage points. Increase it. In 3, in 2, fat burn. 2-minute recovery. 1 minute of work, 2 minutes of recovery. If you're on those treadmills, hop off. Get to your recovery, resistance and speed, and re-engage. Come on back. If you have a MyZone belt, this is a MEP getter. So these recoveries, guys, aren't true recoveries. All we're doing is switching our body to a different fuel source. Going from burning sugar to burning fat. That's all we're switching our fuel. And then we come back. So you just have to work during these intervals. You just have to work harder. That's all I'm asking. If you can't get into the red or even the yellow, just work harder for the time of the interval. And in time, you will get more efficient with the oxygen. You'll be able to work harder during that interval as your body adjusts to using the oxygen. You'll be able to perform better. Guys, it's just, like I've said, zone training. It's not a test. It's just working differently. Bringing us all together Like I said, whether you're on a bike, a treadmill, an elliptical, outside, just working together. We have 30 more seconds, then another minute. So what I do, because I'm a little crazy, I start building it at that 15-second mark, right? So now I have 15 seconds before we start. I'm going to start bringing in my load, my speed. So when I hit that minute, I'm just about where I want to be, right? So 3, 2, 1. I was at 83%. Now that I engage, I'm above that 85. Come on. You have a minute here. Burning that sugar. So part of this zone training is trying not to pant like a dog. Deep breaths, nice exhales. Let that oxygen come in. If we're like that, a panting dog on a hot day, we're not giving our bodies a chance for that oxygen to even get in. Nice breath. 10 seconds here. 5 seconds. 3, in 2. Here we go. Back down. 75 to 80% of our max. Give it a minute. You got 2 minutes here, right? Switching our fuel source from super unleaded to unleaded. Get back to that fat burn. And you sweat a lot with these kind of workouts because your body's adjusting. Good for your metabolism. It's like, what am I doing? Am I burning sugar? Am I burning fat? That all gives you that little burn inside. Your body's trying to figure it all out. Don't back off too much, guys. Keep it above that 75%. We have another minute left of this very active, very efficient recovery. And again, as your body adjusts, I dumped off my resistance to get my heart rate down. And then as I adjusted, it was dropping below that 75%. So I added some more game in play here. Added some more love to my wheel so I don't go down below 75. After this one more 1 minute push. I'll call out that 15-second mark. If you want to start building with me a little early, so you have the full minute. Here we go. 15 seconds till I start the timer for the minute. I'm adding my love. Here we go. 10. 5 seconds. 85% of your goal is your goal or higher. Let's work. Or add 10 percentage points. Work harder for a minute. Whatever that looks like for you. Don't forget to think about that breath. We are approaching halfway. Then we go to the flush. 30 seconds. Here we go. Work with me. 15 seconds. In 4, in 3. There we go. Fast feet, low resistance. 1 minute. Oh, feels so good. You can actually feel that lactic acid build up, getting out of my quads. So now, before we work We've been pretty high in our heart rate. One more block. Then we're gonna, like we did yesterday, we focused on muscle recruitment, tapped into this at the end. Today we flip-flopped, focused on that high heart rate, right? We're gonna work on that resistance and some of those muscle recruitment drills the last few minutes. You have 10 seconds. Guess how long? 2 minutes. 2-minute work, 2-minute rest. Okay? This will give you plenty of time to hit your max zone. Hold it. Your body may readjust and you're going to have to work a little harder. In 3, in 2, in 1. Go. I'm coming out. I'm making my incline sky high. And I'm climbing. Let me move this a little. Here we go. Whew. So in these climbs, by adding the resistance this time, after this 2 minutes, you may want to focus on that, adding resistance instead of speed to get ready for that switch in gears to the muscle recruitment climbs after. 1 minute down, guys. Maintain this heart rate. It'll go up, it'll go down, but not below 85%. You know what? I'm going to cut our rest down to a minute. We've done it. Our bodies recovered quickly. We have about 25 seconds here. Then we recover at the fat burn for a minute. Another one of these. Come on, 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, bring it down. Whew. 1 minute recovery. I'm not even going to lower anything. I'm just slowing my feet. Then I can get right back to it. So this is new for a lot of people, you know, working these zones. It's a lot to take in. There's a lot of science behind it. It's a little different, but just something to think about. In any of your cardio classes, whenever you're by yourself, just really tune into what your body's actually doing and why there's such a thing as a heart rate monitor and how you can use it to make you more efficient, improve your workouts. Okay, guys, 5 seconds. I'm adding some love. 3, in 2, let's go. Whew. Come on. 85 to 90%. Or work harder for 2 minutes. If you're not a runner and you're just not just a walker, you're a walker instead. Crank up that incline as far as your body can. That's the cool thing about heart rate training. It's so individualized. I have to work a certain way to get to that 90%. Person next to me could be in much better shape, takes a lot more, right? That's the great thing about this. It's your own, it's totally individual. We have 1 more minute. Minute recovery. Getting my body ready for that hill at the end. Working those muscles at the end. It's okay to do at the end. The Sarah's Why at Home workout today is upper body. So we can burn those legs out right here. 30 seconds, guys. Then we switch our fuel source, if you can. If you recover quick enough to get down there. 1 minute. Then our final 2-minute push. 9 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Recover for a minute. We got this, guys. I promise the hills at the end won't be that brutal. We're not going to try to hit the red zone. We're going to focus on that fat burn. It's also a good way to cool down after a workout like this, when your heart rate's been extremely high for a long period of time. 25 seconds, guys. I'm going to try really, really hard to stay above 90 for 2 minutes. Just so you know, it's not recommended that you get this high for more than 120 seconds. As you become more efficient, your body adjusts, you won't hold it. Like 3, 2, let's go. So what I mean by that is right now, for you and for me, this zone training is new. Hitting these higher heart rates with intention, not just pounding my bike or pounding this climber. I'm actually in tune with what I'm doing and what my body, what's happening inside, how it's working, what it's using, which I love. But as we all become more efficient, you'll notice that you'll have to work harder and harder and harder to hit these higher zones, right? That's the whole conversation about my zone, right? I've had people reach out to me, I can't get in the yellow. I can't get in the red. Yeah, because you've been so cardio focused since March. Your body's gotten used to it. Your body's adjusted. Therefore, your belt adjusts. So what are you going to do? If you want to hit the higher heart rate zones, work harder. You got this. That's why I love zone training, because it's all individual. You'll notice today, I didn't give you a resistance. I didn't give you a cadence. It's strictly using your body in a way to raise your heart rate. You could have done jumping jacks, burpees, jump rope. 5 seconds, and we're gonna flush. 3, 2, let's flush it out. 2 minutes of flush this time, guys. Oh, I feel it coming out of my glutes, out of my quads. Woo! I've been talking to myself for just about 40 minutes. We're gonna do a quick climb and a cool down. But we're still flushing our legs. Get ready for the climb. Trying not to lower my speed too much, because I want my legs to be ready for the climb. Get all that lactic acid is a byproduct from burning the sugar. It's kind of junk, right? So I want that out of my muscles so I can go and climb efficiently, effectively, and be able to do it. Fresh muscles. We have about 45 seconds, and then I'm looking for 75 to 80%. Burning that fat, we're climbing a hill. Start low, guys. Add some incline, Add some resistance. We're going to add every 30 seconds a little bit more, and then hold it for 2 minutes. And then we stretch, and then we're done with cardio. And then pick up some weights, guys. Find stuff around your house if you don't have them. I know that Sarah put this cool thing about using your kid's backpack as like a sandbag. I think that's a great idea. Pick up something heavy today. Here we go. Start our hill, 75 to 80%. Feel the resistance. Here we go. You have 15 seconds, we add more. So back to picking up something heavy. Paint can, gallon jugs filled with water after you drink the milk. Anything heavy. And use it. Use those muscles. Great thing to do after some cardio. Your body's ready for it, especially after a workout like this. Last week I lifted after we focused on one of these zones, the day we started VO2 max. Add some resistance, guys. Don't go above that 80%. Actively cooling down. And I think I burned more calories and my heart rate stayed higher during that weight session than I've seen in a long time. I'm priming my body for work. Whew. Okay, guys, a couple more bumps up. Add that resistance, add that incline. Not above 80, so you may have to pull back on your pace. Use those muscles. I'm on my bike. I'm dropping those heels. Bringing my legs close together, squeeze just into the end of my head. Like my knees aren't touching. They're still pedaling. I'm just engaging. Engaging those leg muscles. I'm looking at my weights here. What am I lifting today? I think Sarah had some overhead presses, some chest press. Some, whoops, add some more. And we're going to hold it here for 2 minutes. You should be feeling calves, hamstrings, glutes, quads. Wiggle those toes a little bit if you can without falling. If you're on a bike, it's easy. Wiggle those toes, get the blood moving in the feet. About a little over a minute. And then we'll cool down. We're between 75 and 80% of our max heart rate. And get ready to lift. If you guys, as we switch to Zoom, I was thinking if you want me to bring in, if you have some hand weights, light hand weights at home, you could even, we could bring in a spin and sculpt where you do some weight training, 45 seconds, guys, with some cardio. I have no problem doing a spin and sculpt. If you want that, I can split it up. So half the class on the bike, half the class off the bike, instead of doing like every other song. Let Sarah know. I'm up for whatever. I probably would have to split the class if people are on treadmills and ellipticals. So if you watch this, feel free to reach out to Sarah if that's something you want. I don't mind incorporating both in the 45 minutes. Okay, guys, really slow those feet now. Take most of that resistance off. Not all of it if you're on a treadmill. You got to just keep it moving a little bit. Roll those arms, roll those shoulders. Deep breaths. Exhale. Deep breath. Let it out. Heart rate should be down because they weren't high. Hop off your equipment. Let me swing to this side. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Use your bike or your treadmill or just put your hands on your leg. I really want to feel that stretch in the back leg. My heels pressed to the ground. Feeling in that hamstring a little bit, definitely that calf. Whew. Bring it back. One thing about zone training, guys, it's very efficient. And the one thing I've learned with my zone, and I'm not even, I got to ask Sarah about this. I burn a lot more calories zone training and not accumulating as many MEPs. But I've burned more calories in the 45 minutes, so I just got to research that a little bit more. And it's more of like a MEP equivalent thing. It's not I know I'm working hard in a short amount of time. Again, I always thought cycling is a very efficient form of cardio. You get a lot done in a short period of time. Really squeeze those glutes, guys, on this quad stretch. Get those deep hip flexor muscles that have been compressed. Other side. So I'm pretty sure Andrea's back tomorrow for her spin. Keep an eye out. I'll have Kristen put a notice out. And I'm trying to think. I think I'll be on Zoom next week. Woohoo! So stay tuned for that link. I think they're gonna post the link and we all join in, and then you just focus on speaker view or pin me, but I'll be able to see all you guys. Deep breath in, exhale. Thank you, guys. I've had one lonely viewer. I think it's Nicole. I can't wait to meet you. I hope you join in on Zoom so I can see you. And definitely feel free to reach out to Sarah. I know the weather's getting better. If you want to do this at 7 or 8 in the morning, I'm here to do it for you. So talk to you soon. Have a good day. Enjoy the weather.